Hello. Hi, Dhruv. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm completely fine, dear. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Anita. Good morning, Dhruv.
Santosh, hi. Good morning. You are here, I believe.
Yeah, I'm back in Canada. Yeah.
Yes, I saw a few pictures. So good morning. It's early in the morning.
Yeah, we are on time. 7:33 a.m. now.
Great. So let me know when we can begin. Unfortunately, I have a hard stop at in about an hour's time. I have another commitment, so I will have to leave. So I'm happy to start at whenever you feel it's the right time.
I think we can start in within a minute or two. Anita, just we'll see because there are some participants still joining in, so we can start.
Sure, sir. No issues.
So how the Dhruv, the admissions are going on now? I believe it's very busy for York University continuing education. The number of applications that we are submitting, we are happy that almost all applications are getting processed, but I think the admissions are going to get full soon.
Yeah. So you're very correct, Santosh. Fortunately, I know these are tough times, but for us, we've received overwhelming response, and we continue to receive that response, not just for the winter intake, but even across our intakes. So I'm going to talk a little bit about it, but even for summer, we are seeing quite a few applications come in, and it is always difficult to accommodate everyone. So you're right. Uh, the applications are open as we speak, but to your point, uh, they might fill up very soon. So the seats. So I understand we still have 4 to 5 months, but to be honest with you, we've already opened our fall intake too. So that's how in advance we are working now. And I will talk about, if students are keen, how they should initiate the process early. But yeah, things are very busy.
Yeah, and what we have seen so far, Dhruv, to be frank with you, the visa rate on York University compared to the colleges have been all is better, I would say. Although the overall the visa rate is really good for STS applicants, but comparatively the York University applicants they get high visa rate we have seen so far. So number of application, the demand for York University has been overwhelming because of that. Even our counselors are working hard to enroll more and more students for York University, and we are seeing the demand has increased compared to the last year. And in fact, for the Jan 2022 and May 2022 intakes also, the number of applications that we have submitted compared to September 2021 are more at this time. So we hope this number keeps increasing, and the amount of support that we are receiving all the time from your side is always there, so that our students can more and more students can come and study at York University.
No, absolutely, Santosh. That's the intent. And again, I would like to take this moment to thank not just yourself, but your entire team. I know these have been tough times, but the team has been very supportive. Anyone and everyone that is in the session, or all those who are not even in the session, it's important for us to ensure that we are supporting our key partners. And of course, Future Links is our key partner. No two ways about it. So we are very happy to support in whichever way we can. And again, as you mentioned, uh, you know the applications have increased. We've tried our best to not just put our support to our partners, but also have a very student-centric approach in these tough times. So the school has done whatever it can do in these tough times to have a student-centric approach, and that has gone really well with the students. Again, visa is not in our hands, but of course, the brand that York carries and it being the third largest university in Canada does help students, pick the right destination. We are based in Toronto, and I'm going to discuss all these things in my session. So, again, in terms of opportunities, the students feel more confident coming to a multicultural city like Toronto and studying in a good institute. So, again, thank you so much for your continued support. And I'm very hopeful that together we will be able to achieve better things in 2022 and beyond.
Thank you, Dhruv. So, Anita, I think it's time to start the session as Dhruv is not having much time. He has to join other meetings too. So you can start with the introduction session, and then Dhruv, you can carry on with the presentation.
Sure, thanks, Santosh.
Thank you, sir. Hello and welcome everyone. I'm Anita Singh, Student Visa Counselor at FutureLink Consultants. FutureLink Consultants, in association with York University, has organized this webinar for all the students who are looking forward for further education in Canada. We are one of the leading educational and immigration consultants providing services for more than 20 years now. We represent more than 125 plus Canadian institutes, and we do not charge anything for processing. We have our corporate office in Canada and head office with other 6 branch offices in India. Our director, Mr. Santosh Ramrakhiani, is RCIC member, which means Regulated Canadian Immigration Consultant, who is also a part of this webinar today. We are ICCRC, which means Immigration Consultant of Canada Regulatory Council member, AIRC, which means American International Recruitment Council certified, ISO 9001-2008 certified, and ICET screen agency. We are here to discuss about York University, which is based in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and we welcome Mr. Dhruv Mohan, Manager Recruitment of Southeast Asia and India, who is hosting this webinar with us. We are collaborated with York University and with Mr. Dhruv since a very long time now. Mr. Dhruv understands the market and student concern very well. He is very much helping and kind to guide all the students every time before and after they start their studies at York University. York University is the finest university in Canada, based in Toronto, Ontario, welcoming international students, offering multiple programs, which will be discussed by him in detail today. There is an application fee waiver by FutureLink Consultants, especially for the students who are genuinely interested in York University. We are official representative and preferred partner of York University, so you can reach us on our contact details, which will be shared in the chat box today. If you have any question during the presentation, please message me in the chat box. We will discuss when we are done with the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Anita, for your kind words. Warm welcome to everyone. Good evening to those who are joining us from India. Good morning to anyone who's joining us from here in Canada. It's early in the morning, but I'm very excited to host this webinar with our key partners, FutureLink Consultants. My name is Dhruv Mohan. I represent the School of Continuing Studies within York University. And in this webinar, I'm going to talk a little bit about our institute, the School of Continuing Studies, our offerings, and how we can help you continue on your study path. So without any further delays, I'm going to try and share my screen with you. Just bear with me for a sec. And please do let me know if this is visible to all. Anita, if you can just let me know, please. I hope it is.
Yeah, it's visible through.
All right, thank you. So I'll continue. As I mentioned, I represent the School of Continuing Studies within York, and I will talk about the school. But before I do that, I'm going to touch a little bit about the university, what it has to offer. So moving on, York is the third largest university in Canada. Although the screen states 55,000 students, we are now beyond 55,000 students. So we cater to about 59,000 students that come and study with us at York from all across the globe. 175 plus countries, students come and study with us. 10,000 of those students are international students. So we have a decent population of international students studying on our campuses. The university was established in 1959 and has two campuses as we speak in Canada, both in Toronto, the Kiel campus, which is the main campus, and then the Glendon campus, which is our bilingual campus where we teach in both English and French. In terms of the programs being offered, the university offers a wide variety of degree programs, both at an undergrad and grad level. In fact, 200 plus programs on offer through 11 of our faculties. The premium ones include the Schulich Business School, which is the #1 business school in Canada as per Forbes. The Osgood Law School, one of the premium law schools, the Lausanne School of Engineering, the biggest faculty, which is Liberal Arts and Professional Studies, Faculty of Arts, Media, Performance and Design, Health, Science, Graduate Studies, so on and so forth. So there is a wide variety of programs that students can pick and choose from. Having said that, the context of the session would focus more not on the degree programs, but our offerings through the School of Continuing Studies, and I will talk about in my slides to follow. Of course, in today's time, as everyone is slowly trying to move forward towards a normal lifestyle, we are very excited to also welcoming our students on campus from this winter. And when students do tend to come back, it's not just about the academic studies, it's also about the holistic experience that they take in a big university like ours. We have state-of-the-art infrastructure that we have to offer, whether it's the Pan Am Track and Field Stadium, which can give any Olympic stadium a run for their money, or Lausanne School of Engineering, where there is a lot of focus on the practical sides of teaching and learning, whether it's 3D printing or shiftable classrooms. So all of that is possible. But more importantly, for an international student, one of the important factors is how good they commute to the campus, irrespective of where they are in the GTA. So what you see on your screen is a subway station that is situated right inside the campus, which means you could be anywhere in the Greater Toronto area, whether you're in downtown or other parts of GTA. You can easily get to the campus through the subway, and it's very, very convenient for any incoming international student, and not just international student, for that matter, anyone who wants to come to York. So I think that's very, very important for the students to know as well. It's very easy for them to get to the campus, irrespective of whether you're staying in Scarborough, Mississauga, Brampton, or downtown Toronto. I'm going to start a short video. Anita, please let me know if the audio is up to the mark. If not, I'll try to change my settings.
Sure, there are no issues. Dhruv, I guess there is no sound here, like we cannot hear anything.
Okay, then I think I'm going to change my settings and just give me a sec. I'm going to try and share it again. Okay. I believe now it will work. Let me know if it is better now.
Yeah.
So that's a short video showcasing what opportunities are prevalent at the institute, but more importantly, as we also prepare to get everyone or most of you on campus, this is a short video on how we are preparing to get you back onto the campus.
We all know how much the world has changed since we were last on campus. Our community has come together to inspire, innovate, and write the future. But we've also picked up some pretty questionable habits over the past year that may be hard to shake. Like our style choices, our social cues.
So, ready for class? I think you're on mute.
My bad.
And our ability to disguise ourselves. For those of us who are continuing to learn online this semester, we recommend breaking this habit sooner rather than later. So whether you're joining us from our campuses,
Or from the comfort of your own home,
or a little bit of both,
we welcome you to the York community. We are better together. We all know.
So I think it's important for me to put this across. We're working very hard to ensure that everyone is safe as we prepare to get our students back on campus. We are very seriously following Public Health Canada guidelines, and everything is being prepared in accordance. But we assure you that we are very supportive in whatever way possible. And we are very cautious as well and very aware of following these guidelines. So I think the university and the school is working very hard towards return back to campus. And as a prospective student, please be ensured that all that communication is shared with students in advance, so that the students are also able to plan in accordance. Moving on, I'm going to talk a little bit about the School of Continuing Studies now. That's who I represent. The school was founded in 2015, and it has two aspects to it. It is home to cutting-edge continuing professional education programs delivered through postgrad certificates. And also we house the world-renowned York University English Language Institute within the School of Continuing Studies. So continuing professional education, for those who might not be aware, we are in a world of lifelong learning, which means learning never stops. The scenarios around us change very quickly, and they are ever changing. So for those who want to looking to stay current in today's fast-paced knowledge economy, or are looking to respond more effectively to the challenges that are emerging in the workforce, or maybe looking for a career change, or looking to get to the next step and being promoted, these programs can be very, very handy. They could be the right option for you, and I'm going to tell you why. So the continuing professional education is offered through 8-month-long full-time postgrad certificate programs that will help you gain a network of industry professionals and peers and the Canadian experience. The good part is that these programs are designed and delivered by industry professionals, so they're very relevant to the workforce. And we are running programs predominantly in the area of business, but also have now introduced a couple of technical programs if you come with a technical background. So our program offerings include business administration, human resource management, accounting at 2 levels, basic and advanced, digital and content marketing, public relations, backend and blockchain development, and cybersecurity operations, which is our new program that we've launched for next fall. So the last 2 programs, backend and blockchain development and cybersecurity operations, fall in the technical domain, and I'll talk a little bit about it in my slides to follow. So as I mentioned, these programs are 8 months long. The good part is they have multiple start dates. So, for example, a majority of our key programs like business, HR, accounting, content marketing, all run in 3 intakes: Jan, May, September. Public relations is offered over 2 intakes, Jan and September. And the technical programs for now are only being offered in the fall intake, which is September. The pricing is very competitive, and I'll come to that. But also, the reason these programs are popular is because they lead to the PGWP, as these are 8-month-long programs. You're able to stay back for the same duration, but they're delivered over 1 academic year. So at the discretion of the IRCC officer, you can get a PGWP up to 1 year. What is also very common among students is to add a second program to the first program. We don't offer a joint LOA as we speak, but it's very common for students to come into a business program, and then before even finishing, they get into a second one. These programs complement each other very well. So you could do a business program, follow it up by digital marketing, or maybe accounting or HR. So that way you're able to do 16 months of education, and in the process also be eligible to stay back in Canada for up to 3 years. And that's why these programs are very popular. I'm going to run few short videos regarding these programs. So this is something about the business admin program.
Hi, I'm Atri Nayak, graduated from post-graduation certificate in business administration. My career goals are like to be involved in some business. But the thing I like is that this course give me all the combo of what is required for a particular business. That if I'm doing any project management, if I'm looking into any marketing task, everything is sum up in this course. So this course has pushed me up and gave me the knowledge which I can practically use in any such kind of business. So yes, this is the first step I could say, and the vast knowledge and the good instructors have guided me lots of things, and they have teach me lots of things to be into that business. Like every subject has their practical presentations. You have to include your ideas and you have to show it practically how we can use that things. Like if you are looking for particular knowledge to go a step ahead in your life, you should select these programs, because sometimes tenure doesn't matter. The knowledge what you learn from that tenure matters a lot. And this programs is very meaningful, very specific and very particular to go ahead and to achieve your goals in your life.
So that's straight coming from a student. I think he's highlighted very nicely the key elements that make these programs very attractive. So the practical knowledge, of course, as I mentioned, and then I think the ability to focus on skills that are also very relevant to the industry, whether it's communication and analytics, or also management, again, of being in crisis situation. Moving on, similarly, we've got a program in human resource management. The courses are approved by the Human Resource Professional Association and can be applied towards designations like CHRP, and then CHRL, and then moving on to CHRE. So what that means is it helps you in your progression. You start as a HR assistant or an associate with a starting salary between $41,000 to $71,000 per annum. You can move on to the managerial level as an HR manager, a business partner, and then of course the salary is hiked too, and the range is between 47 to 94. And as you move on to the top level, of course there is a increase further to your package as a VP HR. The range is between 87 to $195,000 per annum. So as you can see, there is absolute progression, and the programs prepare you for that progression. I'm not going to go in too much detail about the programs, or that information is readily available on the website. I'm just highlighting the key aspects for each program here. So the accounting and the advanced accounting program again help you if you are very serious of making a career in the accounting domain, then they help you get into that mold. You can, at the end of it, look at becoming a practicing chartered professional accountant or a CPA. You can finish the first program, get into the second one, finish the same, and then get into the CPA professional education program. You can get exemption in some of the courses because these courses are also taught in these PG certificates that we run. Gather some work experience, and then ultimately sit for the CPA common final exam to become a practicing chartered professional accountant. That's how you can take that journey. If you feel you don't want to go all the way, you can exit at the end of our program. So if you were to finish the first program, you could be looking at titles like an account payable coordinator, junior accountant. At the end of the second program, you could be looking at an accounting or finance supervisor or intermediate accountant. So that's how wide the range is depending on your aspirations within the stream. I'm quickly going to run a video on one of our most popular programs, or the program that has become popular in these changing times, which is digital and content marketing, to just showcase how the trends are changing within the industry.
Digital and marketing. They go together like macaroni and cheese, peanut butter and jam, popcorn and movies. It's a perfect pairing. That's why 1 in 2 marketing jobs require digital skills. Digital marketing jobs have grown by 164% in the GTA. Think you've got what it takes to become a digital and content marketing master? Now's your chance.
I'm Cora Brady. I'm the Managing Director at Bob's Your Uncle. I'm in charge of all of our hiring, and so that includes our creative teams, our account teams, our digital teams, our media, and finance. So every role I'm involved in hiring.
How are you working with York U?
I'm working with them to think through the types of things that we're looking for to make sure that they're building the right curriculums and setting students up for success.
Why learn digital marketing?
The future is that every marketer needs to understand digital. Having the digital marketing program certificate, that's going to offer you an opportunity to be a digital specialist. A content marketer could be creating the content, so actually writing the content and thinking through the imagery. As an employer hiring, what would be essential that I would look for more are the softer skills.
Learn the top skills employers want. Analytical thinking, emotional intelligence, problem solving.
There's a number of reasons why I would be excited to have somebody come through the door with the experience they're going to gain in these certificate programs. Number one is they're working on real world case studies.
I think you can get really wrapped up in the classroom and how you think it's going to be when you get out into the real world, but understanding how clients and companies actually operate, it's super important to know that this is actually how it's going to lay out, and these are the things you need to know how to do in order to be successful.
What else makes York's program great?
Additionally, it's a flexible curriculum schedule, so most of it is online, but there also is a fair amount of collaborations where they will be working with their peers on projects.
Why choose York? Accelerated learning. Finish and get hired faster. Real-world projects. Build a portfolio and upgrade core job skills. Formats that fit your life, part-time or full-time. Learn to use today's digital tactics to reach tomorrow's consumer. Gain in-depth digital and content marketing knowledge, including web and data analytics, search engine optimization, search engine marketing, digital storytelling, marketing strategy, content strategy, and much more. Digital and content marketing, 3 unique certificates. Learn the trends, master the tools. Find out more at contyu.ca/learndigital.
Okay, that I think beautifully summarizes not just what the program has to offer, but what are the requirements of the industry, how we are preparing you to be ready when you join the industry, and also how the focus is not just on theoretical knowledge, but ensuring that you acquire the right key skill sets that are needed for you to grow as a working professional. Moving on very quickly, I'm going to talk a little bit about the technical programs that we have on offer. So the backend and blockchain program is first and the only technical blockchain certificate delivered by a Canadian university. The key highlight for this program would be the opportunity to do a practicum as part of the program. So there are three options for our students. One, which is employment, which means the university will match you to a business for a blockchain project. Entrepreneurship, which means you can apply to Innovation York, which is within York University, and then have access to a dedicated entrepreneur advisor. Or you also have an option to do an independent project. I'm going to come to the academic and the language proficiency requirements in my slide to follow. But more importantly, I would like to highlight, so for all our business related programs, you don't necessarily have to come from the same stream, which means you could be an engineering graduate and come into any of our business related programs like business, HR, accounting, digital marketing. But for the blockchain program, we need you to come from a relevant background. So a bachelor's degree in areas such as computer science, network technology, computer engineering, software engineering, web development is required to get into this program because it's a technical program. Similarly, we've just launched a program in cybersecurity operations. So just to give you a background in terms of the needs and the growing trends, the cybersecurity roles do take 21% longer to fill than other IT jobs. It's a niche market. In Canada, there has been a significant increase in the number of entry-level job postings, a 13% cumulative annual growth rate, with the strongest demand in the Greater Toronto area, which is 19%. And this is expected to drive persistent demand in all cybersecurity roles. So that's good news for anyone who's looking at such a program. What is this program? So the program is the only full-time postgrad certificate in cybersecurity operations being offered by a Canadian university. It will have a high component of practical labs included in every course or subject, and leads directly to job outcomes like a cybersecurity analyst or information security analyst. So I'm not, again, going to go through the details. All of that is readily available. What I will move on to is the requirements to get into these programs. So for all our programs, we need a 60% aggregate in a finished degree. English proficiency scores are required. So for all our programs, we need a minimum of 6 IELTS. But that's a minimum. I would strongly recommend at least a 6.5 or higher. For blockchain, we need a 6.5 overall, each band 6.5 as well. And for cybersecurity, we need a 6.5. Also, just to reiterate, even for cybersecurity, although the background doesn't matter, it is open to non-technical background students, but I would recommend someone with a technical background to look at this program. So just like blockchain, if you have a related degree, I think it'll be easier for you to get through this program, or relatively easier. There are some additional requirements for the application as well. So for programs like digital marketing, PR, blockchain, accounting, you do need a statement of interest video and your resume to be uploaded along with the application. The maximum backlogs we are looking at is 1. Again, please be mindful that these are minimum entry requirements. They don't guarantee you an admission into the university programs, but make you eligible to apply for these programs. So please be mindful of that. Very quickly running through the tuition fee for these programs, very, very competitively priced, ranging from $15,000 to $20,000. Our popular programs like business accounting, marketing, PR, all at 15,000 plus dollars, and then HR about 19, advanced accounting 17, the cybersecurity also at about $17,000, and then the blockchain program at about $20,000, given that the return on investment for this program is very high. The starting salaries are from $70,000 and upwards, which is a great return on investment. So that pretty much brings me to the end of this presentation. That's a glimpse of the different faculties and the two campuses. My details are on the screen. Having said that, I'm very confident that our key partner, FutureLink, will be able to handle any queries. And I will now stop sharing my screen. And if there are any questions, I'm happy to take them, given that we are a little bit short on time. But thank you again for your patience. And I hope this was useful.
Thank you, Dhruv. I think the presentation was really useful. The content was about the programs, the detailed information that you shared with the students about their career options available for each and every program that they study at York University, and the salary structure they can be offered on graduating from the programs was really useful, I believe. Anita, still, if there are any queries from the students who are interested in studying at York University, if you can read one by one, that would be really appreciated.
Thank you, sir. Dhruv, as we know, you don't have much time, so I'll just wind up on an early basis. There are only few queries. The first one is, what is the minimum 12th grade requirement for admission, and how many number of backlogs is accepted for PG diploma course or PG graduate certificate course?
Sorry, so just to reconfirm, 12th requirement?
12th admission requirement, 12th grade requirement.
Yeah, so for the postgrad certificates, we are predominantly looking at your undergrad degree scores, right? Because it's a postgrad program. We would, of course, need you to have a high school, completed high school, but I think the focus is more on your undergrad scores. Secondly, in terms of backlogs, as I showed in my presentation, no more than one backlog. I know, especially for engineering students, it's very tough. But as I mentioned, we are very focused on quality education. So the requirement is very stringent.
Thank you, Dhruv. Dhruv, I had one query. As you said, when engineering student is targeting for any PG business management course, so is this like one backlog is accepted only for all the programs, or it is for specific programs? Because we do know that backend blockchain and cyber digital marketing program, these are the very two competitive and highly targeted program offered by York University.
Yeah, so I will be honest with you. The requirement is across programs, right? Having said that, we are happy to look at the profile. If it's a really good profile, I'm not saying no. But please be mindful. Don't take it as a blanket statement that if you have more than one backlog, you can still be hopeful. That is the requirement. But again, if the profile is very good, I'm not saying no that we won't look at the profile.
Thank you, Dhruv. The next question is from Rima. She's asking, she completed her BCom in 57% in 2019. And her IELTS score is overall 6.5, minimum 6. And she's planning to apply for May 22 intake. She is asking like if she can apply for PG in accounting or business management is more suitable.
So with a business degree, she can apply for either. Again, I'm just reiterating our academic requirement is a 60%. in a finished degree.
Thank you, Dhruv. The next question is from Yukti. She has completed her BBA in 2018, MBA in 2021. BBA score is 60%, where MBA score is 52%. And she has recently appeared for Duolingo, scoring 125. Can she appear on behalf of Duolingo and can apply for IELTS later on?
Yeah, of course she can. So from a university or the School of Continuing Admissions perspective, we do accept a Duolingo score, not just Duolingo. You can even give a TOEFL, IBT, or even a PTE. We are accepting all these language scores. From a visa perspective, I think FutureLink will be able to help you better. You might actually require an IELTS score when you're applying for a visa. So yes, apply for the program based on Duolingo and then later sit for the IELTS. That's my recommendation.
Thank you.
Yes, Anita, it's a good idea that student can now complete Duolingo so that the admission can be done, and later on she can prepare and appear for the IELTS exam, because IELTS is required for the SDS filing at CSE. So that can be done later on once the admission is done. So Duolingo, if she is appearing now, we can submit her application and get her admission done quickly.
Thank you, sir. So Yukti, kindly please contact one of our counselor. We have already shared our contact details in the chat box. Kindly recommend you to contact us after this webinar so that we can help you with further application for May 22 intake before the program gets closed. The next question is from Rohit. He has completed his bachelor's in computer science in 2013 with 73%, having an experience in IT field since 2013, that is 8 years of experience. And he's asking whether he can apply in York University with this long experience. Also, which would be the relevant program he can target looking at the future perspectives.
Sure. So with his background, his academic score and work experience, he would actually be eligible to apply for both cybersecurity operations and the backend and blockchain program. Depending on his career aspirations, he can pick either of the programs. What I will strongly recommend is he should visit the website and go through these programs in detail. The future is bright for both these programs. Any new program that we come out with is based on the industry demands. So if the demand is not there, there's no point running a program. So from that perspective, as I have showed in my presentation, there are opportunities growing in the GTA area. They are not limited to GTA. Waterloo, Kitchener is soon becoming the IT hub within Canada. So there are relevant opportunities within GTA, but also within the province of Ontario. So please be mindful that with skills like his, he needs to pick the right program that is in alignment with what he wants to do, but the opportunities are definitely there.
Thank you, Dhruv. The last question is, can I apply for PG program if I've scored overall 6, minimum 6, and if required, I can go for Duolingo later on, but on behalf of 6 bands, can I just process with the application?
So the short answer is yes, of course, you can process the application. What I would want to clearly state here is, one is applying, and then second is also hoping that you get an offer, right? So what I will suggest is, if you can give a Duolingo and get a higher score, do that. The reason being, with the 6 IELTS, you will be eligible to apply, but the pool is very strong these days. So, the students that are applying have high English proficiency and high academic scores. So I don't want that the student should miss out, given that he just had borderline English proficiency, right? So my suggestion is, if you are really keen to study with us, try and acquire higher Duolingo scores and apply with the Duolingo score. That's my recommendation. But again, I think the decision is the students. If they still want to go with the IELTS score of 6 and 6 each, please proceed.
Thank you, Dhruv. So students, we've already shared our contact details in the chat box. Kindly just be in contact with one of our counselor. We are official representative and preferred partner of York University. Also, I would like to repeat once again, York University's May 22 programs are still open. So kindly just contact before the programs get closed.
Anita, I would like to inform all the students. Students, you have a good option to apply through FutureLink Consultants. We have already shared our contact information. The good part would be that we are giving application fee waiver. So if you apply through us and if you have any queries, or if you have doubts whether your admission will be done or not, that will be taken care by us. Students who have given Duolingo, students who have less IELTS scores, we can guide you and we can help you whether the application need to be submitted now or at a later date. Plus, you are getting an application fee waiver. So send us your documents, get in touch with our counselors. We will help you with the process and make sure that you get your admission done in York University for the upcoming intakes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Manita.
Sir, I had one query. I wanted to talk about deferrals of students, especially for the students which we were targeting for Jan 22. I just wanted to ask one thing, as Jan is quite nearby and we have started deferring those students to May 22 intake. Recently, we have seen in few of the cases where we have deferred the student and on the very next day or within a day or two, we have received their visa approval. In York University, if we are deferring any students to May 22 intake and we get their visa approval before Jan start date, can we still request university to, if they can again provide the student and seat for Jan 22 intake and they can start their studies in Jan after deferring to May 22 intake? Would that be okay?
Again, I'm not going to give a blanket statement because we are currently, so what is happening is with the new IRCC update, we are also trying to manage our logistics, right? So we want to now see whether we can give more options to the student to start the program or we are only offering it face to face. As we prepare for that, what I will suggest is, as you mentioned, if the visa has come in 1 or 2 days of the deferment request, then please quickly send an email saying, the student is still keen to join in Jan 22. Can you please consider? And I'm very hopeful that the team would look into such a request, given that, the student will have a valid visa. I don't think there should be any reason them for not to start their studies in the next or immediate intake, right? So, but again, not a blanket statement. Please put in a request. So I'm not saying it can happen with all the students. What I'm saying is they would be mindful and they would be able to look at that request, right? So please go ahead and do that.
So Anita, what I understand is that it will be depending on the availability of the seats. Plus, it will also depend upon the program, whether it can be online, fully online, or it is going to be a hybrid program. So depending upon the availability and the situation, the university will decide, but there is no harm sending a request to them. Okay, so as soon as we receive an update on the PPR and we have a confirmation for a student, and if the student is really serious to start studies in Jan, we can send a request to them. And I think they will accept it if we are very quick in submitting the request.
Yeah.
So not wasting time. If we have anything like that, please submit the request today itself.
Thank you,
I think
sir. Yes.
Sorry, I agree. A couple of things. One, you have to act very quickly, right? That's the key. And then secondly, copy me in that communication. That's very, very important.
Yeah. Thank you, Dhruv. Thank you.
Thank you, Dhruv. Thank you, sir. So students, May 22 intake is already open in York University. There is also an application fee waiver. This application fee waiver, which has been provided by FutureLink, is for genuine students who are clearly interested in York University, and it's only for limited time duration. So kindly just be in contact with one of our counselor. We have already shared our contact details in the chat box. Thank you, Dhruv, for giving your valuable time today. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Anita, I just want to add that May 2022 is open, but with limited seats. And if the students, if you are really serious to apply soon. And because of the high demand, university has also opened up the September 2022 intake. So you have both options available in case if the program gets full for the May, then we can proceed your application for the September 2022 intake as well.
Yeah, I agree with Santosh. As I mentioned, the programs are very popular. They fill up very fast. So if you are keen, please don't waste any time and connect with the team at FutureLink, whether in person or virtually, what works better for you. But again, please weigh in your options. As Santosh mentioned, we have 2 intakes. So if you can't make it to May, you still have fall. But just a little bit of a fact about Canada, the weather is much better over summer than it is in fall and winter. So please take that into consideration. And good luck, and thank you so much for your time this evening. Thank you again, Santosh, Anita, and the rest of the team for putting this together. It is always a pleasure to be part of any of your events. And I'm very hopeful sooner than later we will be able to do this in person. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. But for the time being, I think this virtual platform has worked well for everyone. So again, thank you for your time this evening. Have a good evening. And I will look forward to welcoming you to our campus if you decide to come and study with us at the School of Continuing Studies at York University. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dhruv. Thank you for your time and valuable presentation that you shared today.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Take care. Have a good one.
Thanks.
Thank you, Dhruv. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Anita. Thank you, all the participants. Again, I would like to repeat that submit your documents if you're interested to apply for the York University Continuing Studies program. There are really good PG programs available for the May 2022 intake as well as for the September 2022 intake. If in case you are not eligible for the York University programs, we will guide you with the suggestions available for you for other colleges, universities. In Canada, we represent more than 125 plus colleges, universities, and we'll try our best to give you the application fee waiver on each and every college, university that you are interested in. Limited to one application, not to all. If you are interested to apply in multiple, then you have to pay the application fee. But if you're interested to apply in one of the college, universities, and you are really sure to pay the tuition fee, we will definitely try our best to get you the application fee waiver as well. Plus, we are not charging any consulting fees as well. So we are providing completely, totally free of cost services. So there is no harm. Submit your document, send us your request, get in touch with our counselors, and we're more than happy to assist you and provide you the valuable and reliable information. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Anita. Thank you, everybody.